A ridiculous first-round series. Thankfully, it's not our last. Shout out to Harrison Bodiger, who down the stretch did a great job of building up that save percentage. He has stolen the starting job from Andreanov, no doubt about that. Defensively, Parekh, good. Anderson, kind of mid. We need more from Anderson. We need more from Nielsen. That right wing side, Nostrassel, of course, was amazing. Stewart was okay. Andrews, again, they were okay. Potter, okay. I mean, yeah, like we had scoring pretty much across the board. Couple of guys who were in that like dominant conversation, but especially too, you look at some of the guys, like 2 goals, 4 assists. Like, you're supposed to be the top goal scorer for the team. That is not the scenario we're supposed to be looking at. The scenario we are supposed to be looking at is a repeat of last year. After surviving a first-round series, who else would it be? It's the Battle of Alberta in round number 2. We swept Edmonton last year. Don't know if we'll be able to do it again, but let's look at what they happen to look like in this timeline. Let's see. I'm pretty sure he just developed that goal. Matt Savoie, Connor McDavid, who's down a couple of overall points at age 34, and Leon Draisaitl, Jesus Christ, Jonathan Berggren, Nick Suzuki, and Yegor Chinnikov, Jonathan Drouin, Cameron Robbins, and Ryan Strome, Artem Schlein, imagine it's Schlein, Schlani, Cody Glass, and Ryan Paley. McDavid and Suzuki as a 1-2 punch. Good Lord. Defensively, Jake Bean and Brock Cripps, the Calder winner last year. Evan Bouchard and Adam Engstrom, Tyson Hines, and Seamus Casey. That right side is ridiculous. The goalie, Emil Vinny. Sam Urson behind him. And an injured Jacob Chikrin with Henry Thrun as a scratch. Chikrin being hurt is good news for us. He's going to be out for the series, too. He won't be back unless they make the conference finals. They have a good team. Anytime they have Connor McDavid, even in his mid-30s, it's going to be something. It's going to be something. We are going to go with what are we going to go with? Let's go Pelletier, Higgins, Nostrassel, Potter, Bethal, Stewart, Fitzhenry, Kadri, Andrews. I mean, for a top 9, that's insane. The amount of depth that we have. Not changing anything defensively either. And of course, we do know that Harrison Bodiger is the goaltender for us. Edmonton again in the second round. They have a chance at revenge. For the record, it is a 94 overall Calgary offense, 91 defense, 90 goaltending. For Edmonton, we're looking at 94, 85, and 85. So we are the better team on paper, but they have old man McDavid. And that is a scary thought. Game 1, second round, first period, 1-0 Calgary. Logan Stewart, just 54 seconds into the first period. In the second, okay, Edmonton took the lead. Cripps and Strome, Bethal and Wong get the goals back. It's 3-2. Third period. A little bit worried about the goaltending from Bodiger so far. We need him to steal this third period here if he can. 8 minutes to go. Still just a 1-goal lead. And that's what I was worried about. Tyson Hines ties the game. It is overtime in game number 1. You probably know my overtime policy at this point in time, so here we go. Game 1 will end in overtime. Power play for Calgary, and thank God we got it done. Shout out to Pelletier, man. He is one of the kind of sole survivors from the Connor Zary, Sam Honzik, Matt Coronado crop of prospects, and he's the one in real life, of course, that hasn't made the roster. Old Jacob Pelletier. Your overtime hero in game number 1. Thank God for that. Good game for Prob, too. And Stewart. Well done, gentlemen. It wasn't the prettiest, but a win is a win. We, to jinx myself now, have won 5 straight playoff games against the Edmonton Oilers, dating back to last year. Game 2. I should probably turn off auto-rotate. But, all right. Goalie-wise, we got to make sure Bodiger's in, man. 916 is better than the 905 of Andrianov, so that works. Game number 2. See what happens. Let's see. First period, goalless. They almost doubled us up in shots, so not a bad outcome for us. Second period, we get the opening goal. Who else would it be? Channel legend. I'm going to bring back the Channel Hall of Fame that we fell way too far behind on. I'm going to bring back the Channel Hall of Fame just for Vaclav Nestrassel. Holy hell. Third period, up by 1. We win the cup, we will build a Nestrassel statue. Engstrom ties the game. Power play for Edmonton. Draisaitl scores. Again. The Oilers will not make it 6 straight losses to Calgary in the postseason. They win game number 2 by the score of 3-1. 3 third period goals, 2 of them from Leon Draisaitl. And Bodiger still at a 917. Have a ton of physicality going on in the lineup. Just 3 of 10 for Gustav Skriva on the dot. That is brutal. All of our other centers were over 60%. All right, it's 1 loss. It's not the end of the world. Sucks to lose a little bit of momentum in the series, though. But it's early. I really should turn off auto-rotate. But I won't. I'm stubborn. Bodiger in. Game number 3 as the series shifts to Edmonton. First period, goalless. 15 shots to 5, and we couldn't score. That sucks. Second period. Well, they outshot us by quite a bit in that one. A goalless game so far as we head into the third period of game number 3. Come on now. We gotta get this first goal. We did not. Cripps makes it 1-0. Schleine makes it 2. Berggren makes it 3. 2 straight games with 3 goals allowed in the third period. Edmonton up 2-1 here in the second round. Changes might be necessary. (6-1) the combined score from the last 2 games. What do we want to do here? Let's go Fitzhenry, Bethal. I don't know what I want to do here. There's got to be a decent combination. This isn't the worst, in fairness. We need people to step up. We need people to step up. Nielsen continues to struggle. I put him and Anderson on the third pair. 9-13 for Bodiger. 2 games with a sub 900 save percentage. We are turning it over to Pyotr Andrionov for game number 4. We had a big-time series comeback in the first round. I'd prefer to not have to do that again. First period, 2 goals apiece. Fucking 2 goals for Leon Draisaitl. Chandrews on the power play. And Fitzhenry. Could be worse. Could be better. Could be worse. Second period is goalless. It's a very close game. Nazem Kadri, our captain on the board. Prob gets 1 back. Nielsen. A trio of goals make it 4. Prob Bethal. There we go. Finally getting some offense in this series. We're going to tie this sumbitch up at 2 wins apiece. You'll love to see it. You'll love to see it. 6-2. And a win. Great game for Silas Andrews, by the way. Probably his best playoff performance, certainly of this year. I mean, maybe in general. Could be the case. That is a big win heading into game 5. We needed that. We needed that. A little bit worried about Strassel being on the top line still, but game 5. Team stays the same. First period, 1-0 Oilers, Evan Bouchard. Second period. We are just so inconsistent. Draisaitl and Chinnikov. We're down 3. We had just, 13 shots heading into the third period? It's not looking good. It is not looking good, folks. So we're going to have to win 2 in a row to stay alive this year. Edmonton might just get their revenge after all. Shutout again. 17 save shutout for Emil Vinny. An embarrassing performance for the Calgary Flames. Zane Parekh is our leading point getter right now. Game 6. Before this game, let's take a look at a few things. Absolutely not, Enda. In goal. They are incredibly close. Both games Andrionov's played, he at least has an above 900 save percentage, so he is going to get the start in game 6. Defensively, it's our lower pairings that are getting ripped apart right now. Absolutely ripped apart. Grushnikov has an extra year left. Wong's got some extra time left. I mean, it's just not much we can do. Season's on the line. It's time to go back to old, reliable, highest-rated players getting the most amount of ice time. Someone's got to be able to save us here. It's got to happen. It's got to happen. Season on the line. Season on the line. We need to win 2 in a row, but we got to start with the first. It's game 6 in Edmonton. Best chance at winning a cup is this year. First period, goal apiece, power play goal for Drouin, shorthanded goal for Probathon. Second period, we have the lead, Logan Stewart. We need to win. Will it be another game 7? Jacob Pelletier. Logan Stewart makes it 4-1. I can't get any sort of optimism or confidence until the final horn goes as we trade power play chances. Less than 5 minutes now. Game 7. Again. Great game for Logan Stewart, Probathon, and Jacob Pelletier. Another frackin' game 7. The winner will play the reigning, defending Stanley Cup champ. You know, it's funny because Chicago is probably as problematic as Brock Lesnar. Similar allegations. We lost to Chicago in 6 in the conference finals last year. Game 7. Winner has to take on a buzzsaw. Lineup stays the same. First period of Game 7. 3-1 Calgary. Hagens, Fitzhenry, and Gustavs Griva. Goal for Leon Draisaitl on the other side. Matt Coronado top didn't score. Yeah, we don't talk about that. Second period. Goal apiece. Chinnikov, Cullen Potter. We are up by 2. We have had numerous third periods with 3 goals allowed or more. Joe Aginla, hoping that that's the dagger. 5-2 halfway through the period. Power play for Edmonton, no goal. 6, 5, 4, 3. The Calgary Flames earn the right to lose to Chicago for the second year in a row. Jeez, this team is putting me through the ringer. We survive again. Somehow, some way. 2 game 7 victories so far for the Flames. It'll be Toronto, Carolina. Partying like it's 2002. Chicago, Calgary, one more time. I am still worried about quite a few of our players and their performances so far. We've gone back and forth with the goaltending. Andrianov is a little bit further ahead right now, closing out that series. We need more from Rasmus Andersson. We need more from Wong and Grushnikov defensively. Logan Stewart, not bad, but again, you're supposed to be more of a goal scorer. Solid from Andrews. Nestrassel only had the 1 goal in that series, and it was what, in game 1, game 2? Joe Aginla had a rough series. He's got to be better than that. Old Jacob Pelletier, not bad. Connor, only 4 assists is brutal for him. Fitzhenry, just 4 goals. We have a lot of guys who are supposed to be better goal scorers. I like how the only thing different about the Grivas is the placement of the information just below their name at the top of the screen. Why? For why? Who knows? All right. Well, the drama is gone. The hope is nearly gone. Chicago stands in our way. The defending Stanley Cup champions, led by Teuvo Teravainen, Connor Bedard, and Roman Kantsarov, Oliver Bjorkstrand, Frank Nazar, and Lucas Reichel, Rutger McGroarty, Sasha Boivard, and Martin Chromiak, Maxim Groshev, Oliver Moore, and Yanni Neiman. 98 overall, Connor Bedard. Defensively, Alex Vlasic, Artyom Lashunov, Sam Renzel, and Kevin Korchinski, Nolan Allen, and John Marino. Goaltender, Joshua Ravensbergen, and Colton Ellis. No injuries, scratches to Noel Gunler, Yaroslav Chemalar, and Alex Alexiev. Game number 1. We are very much not the favorites in this one. Let's see if it'll be a different story this year. Let's see if it is a very unlikely run to the Stanley Cup final. First period, 1-0 Chicago, Frank Nazar. Second period, goal apiece, Joe Iginla on the power play, and another goal for Nazar. We are down by 1 heading into the third period. Make it 2. A power play goal for Kantsarov against his fellow countryman. Not looking good here. 9 minutes left. Here we go again. Wow. It's a good old-fashioned ass whooping in game number 1. 5-1 Chicago. Not the statement victory that we were hoping for to say this year is a different year. In fact, it was very similar to what we saw last year. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. 5-1. And Dryanov, it might not even have been your fault, but we got to give the Boat Tiger a chance here. Harrison, let's see what you're capable of, my friend. It is game number 2, still in Chicago. First period, 1-0 Hawks, Connor Bedard. We are bedoomed. Second period, we do tie it up, Propethol. There is a chance that if it wasn't for Chicago, good things could happen. There's a chance we could be the modern-day San Jose Sharks. Really, really good team. Just one team that's that much better. Joe Iginla makes it 2-1. Still have a long way to go in regulation here. Shout out to Joe Iginla. Hell of a performance for the rookie. Game 2 to the good. The Calgary Flames off the back of Jay Iginla. Joe Iginla. And a tremendous performance from Harrison Boediger. And you know what? In fairness, shout out to Nazem Kadri as well. The best Iginla to ever play in Calgary. Big facts. And Artyom Grushnikov is going to be out hurt. Okay. But we did take a game on the road to kick off this series. Not a bad result. Not a bad result at all. Not at all. Not at all. All right. Well, I don't really want Braden McNabb, 40-year-old Braden McNabb to be in the line. Then again, he is super well-rounded still. Fuck it. Braden McNabb, welcome to the playoffs, buddy. We have two 40-year-olds in our lineup. What's the worst that could happen? Aside from elder abuse, I suppose. Braden McNabb is in. It's game number 3 in Calgary. Western Conference Finals. First period. Goal for Logan Stewart, but Groshev and Chromiak make it 2-1 for the Hawks. Second period, 2 goals. James Hagan's shorthanded. And with 1 second left in the period, Cullen Potter has given us the lead. We're putting up a fight, at least compared to game 1, where we got absolutely schmacked. Successful penalty kill earlier in the period. Power play for us now. Extended power play. For the love of God, power play. No goal. 2 minutes left. And somehow, some way, the Calgary Flames have a 2-1 series lead here in the conference final. That is primarily due to that man at the top of the board, Harrison Bodiger. Although, shout out to Nazem Kadri. What's that? Back-to-back games with 2 assists? Veteran leadership. Veteran leadership. You know, we got to make sure the Bodiger's in. We got to do it. We got to do it. The Boat Tiger. Am I allowed, or does the game still crash when you go to edit players from within franchise? That would be a bummer. But I want to know. Am I allowed to edit Harrison Bodiger? Might not be worth it because obviously we'll have to load back into the game. Oh my God. Oh, that's cool then that they fixed that. Mr. Bodiger. I mean, I guess they fixed it. I guess they did. Sir, you have earned... Oh, dude, the Straubing mask would be awesome, but obviously color-wise, it just doesn't work. So some of you might know what team we're going down to here in terms of the old Tigres, of course. There might actually be another Tiger mask, not the wrestler, that I'm not thinking of for one of these other leagues. We're losing because of the bucket change. Hey, so be it. It's going to be a sick bucket change, baby. It's going to be sick. All the way down to the Medicine Hat Tigers. There we go. It's got to be done. It's got to be done. Now it's time for him to forget how to be a goalie. Game 4. Here we go. I had a bad feeling about this. First period, 1-1. Kontsarov on the power play. James Hagens ties it up. Second period, still 1-1. Close series, man. This is a close series. 13 minutes left. Connor Bedard, 2-1, Chicago. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. A marvelous opportunity falls to the wayside. Another tremendous performance from Bodiger. But we did not have the answer to get another puck past Ravensbergen. It is a best of 3 from here on out. Both conference finals with a 2-2 split. I mean, we're sticking with the same strategy. Highest rated players on the highest lines. Get the job done. Bodeger's the guy, though, in goal. Braden McNabb's been fine. At least not a detriment to the lineup. Broccoli, so I've heard. Game number 5. Here we go. First period, goalless. They outshot us 11-7. Second period, old Jacob Peltier and Zane Parech. 2-0 Calgary. We have blown the lead on numerous occasions throughout the playoffs. Numerous occasions. Third period. Can we hold the lead? Will we earn a chance to end this series in 6 games, potentially? There's Nazar. Come on. Come on. Come on. Oh, my God. We are 1 win away from the Stanley Cup final. One win away. We got thrashed in game 1, but have battled back behind the steady hand of Harrison Boediger. Grushnikov is healthy and will end up back in the lineup, but credit to Braden McNabb at his age, stepping in and being a steady force in goal. Yeah, I'm going to have to put Boediger back in anyway. Really should have turned off auto rotate, but then you'll know that I won't remember to turn it back on for the regular season next year. So it is what it is. What's a 5-second edit? Tired boy. Need the Flames to heat me up here. Game 6. Can we end this series, or will there be a third Game 7 in a row? Except this one will be on the road. First period. 1-1. Rucker McGroarty and Joe Iginla. Second period. Well, what other images do I have? There we go. That's a great one. That's the best one for the occasion, really, if you think about it. A 5-goal. What other ones do I have here? Are those the only other ones? They are, yeah. Anyway, a 5-goal second period. 6-2. So we head into the third. Boediger pulled Andrianov in, and he hasn't done much better. Barring a miracle, there is a goal from Logan Stewart. Barring a miracle, there will be a Game 7 in Chicago. It will be our 3rd straight series to go to Game 7. Silas Ant. So close, yet so far. Too little, too late. 6-5, the final score. There will be a Game 7 in Chicago. Three series. 3 Game 7s. The Eastern Conference Final is also going 7. Unreal. Can you advise us on the attitude of goalkeeper J.S. Jaguar? Well, if you're asking about his attitude when he had to accept the Conn Smythe Trophy in 2003, despite losing in the Cup final, the attitude was one of soul-crushing depression. Otherwise, I hope he's doing better than that. I think, again, we're going to stick with the idea of best players on the best lines. Either that or we could divert towards best performers. I mean, this strategy here of best players on best lines has gotten us to Game 7. But I don't know. Now might be the right time to divert course. It might be. Let's take a little bit of a look here. Zane Parekh has been outstanding in the playoffs so far. Rasmus Andersson has not. The $21 million man. Gail Nielsen. Not particularly amazing either. Kessler is an interesting one. Pims are a bit of a bummer. But honestly, he hasn't been that bad with Zane's contract. He's on a 2-year bridge deal right now. Making $15.75 million. Probably leaving after next year as an RFA, hoping to get 4 first-round picks for him. Grushnikov. Grushnikov has been pretty bad. He's been pretty mid. And Alex Wong at least stays out of the box. He's got that going for him. Defensively, it will be Parekh, Kessler, Wong, Nielsen, Grushnikov, Anderson. We're going with highest rated performers so far. When it comes to the forwards, Fitzhenry, solid thus far, not amazing. James Higgins, a little bit less. And Silas Andrews, let's take a look. Best player of the 3 that we've seen so far from like an all-around standpoint. Old Jacob Pelletier. The penalties aren't ideal. He's been all right, though. Robital. Those penalty minutes are a killer. We might have to drop him down the lineup just because of the amount of penalties. And then Logan Stewart. Penalties are also a bit of a killer. Especially for someone who's supposed to be a freaking goal scorer. I don't know what's up with the amount of penalties. Cullen Potter has been okay. The dream is real. You could argue Nazem Kadri's been our best performer. Some points, no penalties. Kadri's actually been really good. Joe Aginla has been all right. He's been a hot hand in this series. Richards Griva. Kind of hit or miss. Not particularly good, not particularly shit. Gustavs. A little bit better, but not by much. And last but not least, Vaclav Nestrassel, who has been incredibly quiet for a while now. Okay. Top line. Kadri with Fitzhenry and Andrews. If this is Nazem Kadri's last game, he's earned the right to be on the top line for it. Second line is going to be Potter, Higgins, and Nestrassel. third line of Peltier, Grieva, and Aginla. Rehards, Grieva, Probital, Logan, Stewart. Stewart and Batal are down here because of the penalties. I mean, it gives us weapons up and down the order. But will it work? Will it work? Here we go. Game 7. Winner goes to the Stanley Cup Final. It is our third Game 7 of this playoff run. First period, 1-0 Hawks. Teuvo Teravainen. Second period, 3-1. Andrews tied it. 2 goals from Rutger McGroarty. Put Chicago on the cusp. You know, the shitty thing is I said we wanted to be closer. We lost in 6 to Chicago last year. Technically losing in 7 would mean that we were closer. This could end up being incredibly unfortunate. Game 7. Nolan Allen makes it 4-1. The Hawks are going back to the Stanley Cup Final as defending champions. Damn it. Damn it, damn it, damn it. It just wasn't our game. Always had the question of what if we kept the lineup the same, but it's not as if there was a big detriment. We still had Andrews and Fitzhenry on the top line. Just didn't happen. That is such a bummer. Our luck runs out in the third Game 7. The bottom line is, though, it wasn't good enough. You know, neither goaltender really was outstanding. Bodiger was better. Anderson, I mean, just, yeah. Wong and Grushnikov, not amazing. Anderson, disappointed. Big time. Andrews, 14 points. Stewart, just 7 goals in 21 games. The Strassel was held off the score sheet for the entirety of the series against the Hawks. Had not put up a point since his last goal. That was against Edmonton in Game 2. Almost a month. And then Joe, we shouldn't have to rely on you to score as many goals as you did. Jakob was okay. Potter, I mean, dude, you're supposed to be a playmaker. Fitzhenry, just 5 goals. Just wasn't good enough. And you have to wonder, did we bet on the wrong players?